What we've seen is just seen more consistency out of the lineup, and it's really been about the last 3 or so weeks. After Mississippi State, I think we really swung the bats a lot better, and just getting more quality at bats out of guys, and wearing down opposing pitching staffs, getting into the bullpen, and when you have 9 guys in your lineup that can do that, and then guys that can come off the bench, Connor Tate's a guy that jumps out, has some really big pinch hits for us, and Randon Jernigan's another guy, if he's not starting, can come off, and those guys have all done a great job, and it certainly does give your pitchers a lot more confidence when they have a cushion, and they also know behind them you get the best defense in Georgia history behind them. I mean, in the league, our starting infielders made 4 errors in the league. Cam Shepard made 0 errors. Chris Lakos, extraordinaire behind you, can tell you if that's ever been done before in the league. I would venture to say that a shortstop that started all 30 games in the SEC has never gone clean without making an error. That's unbelievable when I saw that, and because it wasn't something that I knew how good he was, but it didn't really hit me until someone put that out there. That's how good he's been, and just our infield defense has just been unbelievable.
My quick math says that's 1,000 field goals.
1,000, yes. I can tell you that's 1,000 for sure.
How many times have you seen a catcher, a second baseman, shortstop, center fielder combined for 7 errors entire year? You ever have that?
No. No. I mean, last year would be the closest, and I don't know what last year was off the top of my head, but I could. Actually, Coach Gaspard and I were talking about this morning in the office. We can remember every single one. There's so few of them. We can remember Sully's one against Missouri. We can remember LJ's against Kentucky. So it's just amazing that there's so few of them that you can remember them specifically. That's just how good our defense has been. And that's an elite defense. 980 is elite, and I think we're fielding 981 overall and 987 or 986 in the conference. And that's an elite defense.
How much of that is due to the work you put in, or just how natural, athletically,
I think it's a little bit of everything. I think it's just mix it all together. You got older guys. You look at, Patrick Sullivan's a 4th-year guy. LJ's a 4th-year guy. You got Shepard and Shunk been here 3 years, and they've been playing a lot of innings. So the game slowed down for him. Just like watching LJ at the plate, it's a whole different animal for him, just because it's just not that big a deal anymore. He slows down. When you're a freshman and sophomore, you're panicky, you're rushed. It's very rare when you see a freshman very calm. And that's the one thing that stood out about Cam Shepard. Since he's come in here, he's just been really, really calm about things, and that's why he's such a good defender. But I think it's just a mixture. We've been very fortunate the last 2 years. I mean, really, these guys, you think about who their coaches have been on the infield. Jimmy Ryder, who was as good an infielder I've ever had at Kent State, was with those guys for a year or two. And then you've got Pete Hughes last year, and you got Mitch Gaspard this year. So they've had great coaching on the infield. They're really talented, and they got a lot of experience.
What about Big John Cable? What has he meant to this team, and particularly to the middle of that lineup here late?
Well, he is in the league. He's just been clutch. I mean, he's just every single time he's up there, you just feel like he's going to get a hit, and they're loud hits too. I mean, every at bat, he's putting the barrel on the ball, and he's just that quiet guy. Doesn't say a whole lot, just shows up and hits doubles, and he's just been really good for us. And again, it's very just luck. We lucked into that one. He wanted to come to Georgia. He wanted to play here. Was able to transfer as a graduate transfer, and we didn't talk to him until June last year, and just really, we're really fortunate to have him.
How big deal is this week?
You want to win every game you play, and at this stage, I still think that we can earn some national respect. Not that that's really that big a deal for us internally. We know we're a good team. We feel like we're 100% locked to be a top 8 seed. There's no way you can win 21 games in this league and have an RPI of 3 and not be a top 8. But certainly we would like to make a run. And our pitching is set up. Tim Elliott will go on Wednesday on more than full rest, and Cole Wilcox can come back on full rest. Tony would throw Friday if we played Friday. If we got to Saturday, Emerson would probably start on Saturday. And that's when you got to start thinking about pitch counts and keeping them ready, because the regionals is the most important thing. We don't want to do anything to put us in a difficult spot for the regionals. But bottom line is, every game that we're playing, we're going to try to win. And but then once we get into Saturday and Sunday, if we get there, we'll just have to strategically think about how it's going to affect us the next weekend.